Now, from your hyper-local weather source, this is your Norcast weather update, brought to you by LEH Soap Company, committed to hand-making natural skincare products in small batches. From vegan soap to our specialty bath line, check out one of our 5 convenient locations in Atlantic and Cape May counties, or visit us online at lehsoap.com.
Hi everybody, meteorologist Brittany Trumpy here. I hope you got to enjoy a really nice Monday. There was sunshine out there, a little on the chilly side, but it was really a gift before we start to see some messy weather moving in as early as tomorrow afternoon. Overnight tonight, we start off mostly clear, just a couple of scattered clouds, but as we continue through the overnight hours and closer towards tomorrow morning, we are going to see some stubborn clouds building in, really just ahead of what we're tracking for tomorrow. So the whole first half of the day through till lunchtime, you're still looking pretty dry. Definitely on the breezy side, but the rain kind of holds off until after that 12 o'clock hour. And then after that, I would say by about 4 o'clock, we are off to the races. Rounds of heavy rain start to roll in, and then we are going to be seeing buckets overnight into Wednesday morning. So let's look at the big picture. As of this afternoon, earlier, that system was way out to the west. It was still kind of affecting parts of Colorado and Minneapolis, but throughout the day today, it has slowly pushed further east. By about 3 o'clock tomorrow, it'll be that low pressure itself will be kind of sitting over Missouri and northern Arkansas. The low itself never actually gets that close to the East Coast. It's going to track over Chicago and then eventually over the Great Lakes. But this is such a strong, large system that the moisture it picks up out of the Gulf extends all the way to the East Coast from one time zone to another, and that's why we're going to be seeing some of that strong wind and really heavy rain on the way. This is a big system, so even though the low itself is so far away, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's break it down. By about 3 o'clock tomorrow, we are already seeing widespread heavy rain, and then by about midnight, it is just buckets falling from the sky. The one silver lining with this system, it does dry out pretty quick. The wind will still be kind of lingering into tomorrow afternoon and into the evening, or into Wednesday afternoon and into the evening, but at least the rain is pretty much done and over with by about 7 a.m., and then you are dry for the rest of your Wednesday and the rest of your Thursday. Let's look at what we're expecting for rainfall totals. Okay, so we've already seen about an inch, close to 2 inches of rain across South Jersey and areas further to the north with that weekend system. With what we're seeing on Tuesday into Wednesday, we're going to stack another 2 to 4 inches of rain on top of that. That is a lot of moisture in a very short time period. So the soil is very saturated and flooding is already a concern. You pile on top of that the strong wind gusts that we're going to be seeing wrapping around that system, and we do have a high wind watch for pretty much the entire Jersey coast down into Delaware, as well as up towards New York and Long Island. We're going to be seeing some extremely strong wind gusts on the way. So earlier this afternoon, quiet, comfortable, not too bad. Overnight tonight, still overall not too much activity. Tomorrow morning, already a bit of a breeze starting to kind of kick up. You can see those wind gusts upwards of about 25 to 30 miles an hour as of 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Through the afternoon, those numbers begin to climb. We're going to be seeing really the peak wind gusts by about, I would say, 10 to midnight, and then after that we see the strongest rain from about midnight to 2 a.m. And then really Wednesday afternoon we still stay a little on the active side. You can see that wind direction does flip though, so we stopped that onshore flow by about early tomorrow or early Wednesday morning, and we will have less of an issue for coastal flooding throughout the day on Wednesday. And again, it will be dry by then, but you can see those numbers staying in that 30 mile per hour wind gust range all the way through your Wednesday. Okay, so let's look at a breakdown kind of section by section. Timing wise, once again, this is kind of Tuesday evening into Wednesday night that we're going to be seeing some of these higher numbers. If you're right along the coastline, you are going to be seeing the strongest wind gusts like you always do, 55 to 65 miles per hour. A little bit further west, you're looking at 45 to 55, west of the city, 35 to 45, and then Lancaster, less than 40 mile per hour wind gust expected. Sustained winds will probably all be around maybe 30 to 20. So let's break it down. What are we expecting? Again, those two big concerns, the really strong wind gust and the really heavy rain. Again, the gusts 40 to 60 mile per hour, 65 plus maybe at the coast. The rain 1.5 to 3.5 inches, isolated higher totals just where you happen to find yourself under a really strong cell. So that's really the two issues. You put those together and that's where you get the high risk for trees and power lines to be damaged. Again, with the water and the strong wind gusts, there's just nothing for those trees to hold on to. And it's going to be very easy for them to kind of topple over, lose a couple branches. And so by Wednesday, we could be dealing with some isolated, if not widespread, power outages because of just the poor conditions for those poor trees. Looking forward, again, also we are looking for a little bit of an opportunity for some coastal flooding. We do see that onshore flow for the first half of this system. Some of those backwaterways, the bays, things like that, are going to be sitting a little bit higher, but it kind of coincides with low tide, so that's one little silver lining. It's still a risk, but again, not as much of a concern as just the flooding, the wind, and the power outages itself. Wednesday, overall, slowly starting to turn things around. Thursday and Friday look pretty nice right now. Next weekend on Saturday, we could be seeing another round of rain on the way, which we don't really need, but we don't really get to pick and choose what we see ever with the weather. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, sleep tight, and I'll be seeing you later on this week.